Assalamualaikum. How are you all? Welcome in our online history class. Today we will read chapter 2 Muslim Renaissance, says Syed Ahmad Khan, 1817 to 98. Today we will read about the rebirth of learning and education of the Muslims in the subcontinent. It was Sir Syed Ahmad Khan's efforts in the 19th century that led the way for the reformation and progress of the Muslim through rebirth of learning and education. Before starting this, we will have a brief introduction about the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. He was born in 1817. His father was a Sufi. His mother was a more practical person who took interest in her son's education and brought him up to a good human being with a sound knowledge of the religion. On his father's death in 1838, he entered service with the East India Company. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan studied British law and passed the examination with merit. He soon rose to be a junior judge in 1841, and by 1855 he was promoted to the rank of Sadr-e-Amin, the highest rank in the Indian could reach in the judicial service of the British. Now we will read about the Syed Ahmad Khan's books and writing. In the field of reading, we will know that during his 33 years of loyal service to the British government, Sir Syed took on the job of self-education. He read histories of the British Empire. Then he started to write books on the history of the Muslims in Hindustan. His most famous ones are Asrul Sandeed in 1847. It was a description and evaluation of the historical monuments of Delhi, and Silsilatul Mulk, a chronology of the kings, empires and monarchs of India from ancient times up to Queen Victoria. His another great interest was religion, on which he also wrote many essays, and he was impressed by Shah Abdul Ghazi and Syed Ahmad Shahid Barelvi. Sir Syed was greatly impressed by the advances in the technologies and progress achieved by European powers and particularly British. So he wanted the Muslims of India to progress in their social and economical lives. So we will see what happened in the War of 1857 and what was the role of the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. The War of Independence in 1857 further confirmed Sir Syed Ahmad Khan's views that the Muslims had lost their economic, social and religious standing in the subcontinent. He wished to bring the Muslims out of their backwardness to join the fast-changing world that West symbolized. The Hindus had embraced the language of their new rulers, English. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan wished to change all that, and his slogan for Muslims became education, education and education. So now we will see the Muslim and the British came closer. Sir Syed wished to change the attitude of the British ruler towards the Muslims, who were mostly blamed for the 1857 war. So he wrote the causes of the revolution, the causes of the Indian Revolt. In this revolt, he pointing out to the British that the Muslims should not be blamed entirely for the revolt, as substantial amount of blame had to be taken by the rulers themselves as well. Next he wrote The Loyal Mohammedan of India in 1860. It was relating to the stories of those Muslims who had helped save British lives in the 1857 war and who had loyally served the British rulers. So till 1872 Muslim was the enemy in the eye of the British, but in 1888 the Viceroy Lord Ripon marked that Muslims are able to understand and responsibility attached to those who rule. Sir Syed also wrote a commentary on Bible pointing out the similarities between the Islam and the Christianity. Secondly, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan tried to bring about a social reformation among the Muslims who became frustrated, lazy and politically downtrodden. After that he wrote his very famous journal Tehzeebul Ikhlaq. The journal encouraged the Muslims to think creatively and pursue education to improve socially, financially and spiritually. After that we will know that his great success was the build of Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College, Aligarh. First of all, he built Farzi madrasas, but after some time he built scientific societies of Hajipur. But the Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College at Aligarh was his big and remarkable success. At Amio College, Sir Syed combined a residential system of university education. In time, Amio College became the Aligarh Muslim University in 1920 and some of its alumni led the Pakistan movement and provided leadership to the independent state of Pakistan. Thank you.